Hi, I'm Mike Elliott, and you're watching the CEO Live Investor Profile Series. In this episode, we're talking to Dr. Bassam Damaj. He's the president and CEO of Innovus Pharmaceuticals. Headquartered in San Diego, Innovus Pharma is an emerging leader in OTC and consumer products for men's and women's health and vitality. They're a publicly traded company. They're listed on the OTCQB under ticker INNV. Good morning, Bassam. Thanks for joining us again.
Good morning, Mike. Happy to be here again.
For those investors not yet familiar with Innovus, please give us a brief overview of the company.
Sure, happy to. As you said, Innovus Pharma will be becoming the leader in over-the-counter and consumer care products for men's health, women's health, vitality, and respiratory diseases. So we've been really working on getting the company into the commercial stage, which we have been successfully doing for 2 years in a row, and moving towards our cash flow positive and turning the corner to profitability. We have 13 products that are commercialized in multiple countries now that are making money for the company. And those products are really in niche areas where every product we put out there is becoming a leader in that specific therapeutic areas. We've been growing by acquiring products that are revenue generating and licensing products that we see good market potential. So forth. We've acquired 3 companies. The latest acquisition is the Beyond Human assets, which have the first one, the number one selling testosterone natural booster online. So we've been actually growing quite fast. And moving really, and I stress here again, to the commercial stage of revenue generation, turning to cash flow positive and hopefully turning to profitability soon.
And what have been the primary drivers of your recent revenue growth in the last year, and how is your over-the-counter drug Zestra performing in the FSD market and Ejectale for premature ejaculation?
So when we started to be commercial, we acquired Century Labs. So Zestra is the main consumer care products that we acquired for the female sexual dysfunction market. It is really the only product that has 2 double-blind placebo-controlled trials as a consumer care product in 278 women that have shown high clinical efficacy for those patients in arousal and desire. And that has been the primary driver for the revenues in the company. The product is available in the retail store in the US, Walmart, Kroger, and so forth. And we've been successful into introducing it into multiple markets, including Canada, North Africa, the Gulf, and United Kingdom, and so forth. And in every market we introduced it, the product became the number one selling product for that category. Then we had Ejectale, which have started to take in actually a big place in our revenue, where we had in addition to the US, we've had a great actually market penetration in Canada through our partner Orimed, and that has been going very well, and we're pushing towards other markets across the world. Now, the biggest actually revenue drivers for us this year is going to be the acquisition of the Beyond Human assets. I mean, they have 7 products that they sell just online, including the number one selling human testosterone natural booster online in the US, which is called the Beyond T Human Testosterone Booster. And that actually, as you know, the company did $2.2 million in revenues, very profitable, just from selling that product online. So now that product is in our portfolio, and we are starting to recognize revenues from that product. So that will be a big driver for us, in addition to what we are doing. And this is why we are projecting that we will exit this year doing between $3 to $5 million of revenue, exiting cash flow operational positive, and hopefully turning the corner next year towards profitability of the company.
And in addition to growing revenues, Innovus announced a lot of partners. And from your public filings, it seems that the company does a good amount of revenue from it, ex-US sales. Can you share with us your strategy outside the US and who you're partners with, and in which countries you're partnered, and where those products are sold?
Sure. So our strategy outside the US is to find strong local partners that are well established within the medical community, and they have a good, strong sales force that they can go and promote our products there. So we have partners now in 60 countries, We have a total of 10 partners, including Orimed in Canada. We have our partner Tramorgan in the UK. We have Biotask in Malaysia. We have Sotima, Middle East, North Africa. We have Tabuk Pharma, which is the fourth largest company in Saudi Arabia for the Gulf. We have Alice Pharma in Turkey. So we have actually a multitude of partners all over the world in 60 countries, and we've been very successful in getting approval in several of those countries so far and recognizing revenues. Give you an example, 2014, a little bit, 40% of our revenues came from ex-US. 2013, we haven't put our financials out there, but we expect to be, also in the 30% range out there. And the more we continue, the more our ex-US sales will grow due to the approvals that we are expecting this year, actually, from 12 markets. So that'll be a big boost to our revenues.
And Bassam, I just want to paint a picture here for investors for a minute. What is, if you had to put a number on the total addressable market worldwide for male and female sexual dysfunction market, what would that number be, ballpark?
I mean, listen, we are really target what we call large markets, right? So the female sexual dysfunction market is $1 billion market. The male market is between $1 to $2 billion market. If you're taking testosterone and you're taking the injectable market, the market of Fluidicare, our respiratory actually competitor of Flonase from GSK, is $1 billion market. So we are really targeting close to $4 billion out there. That we're gonna go out there, and we're aggressively going out there to take as much market share as we can from those products. So there is a huge place for newcomers into the market, for multiple products in the market, and we're gonna grab as much revenue as we can from those products.
And you also announced recently that you've launched Androferti in the U.S. and you filed a product license with Health Canada for that product. What can you tell us about that?
So the IVF, the in vitro fertilization market in the U.S. is a very nice and large market, estimated to be about a couple of $1 billion in here, and the most of the infertility comes from the male side, and there are no really treatment for that, and people have been using a lot of supplements based mainly on trials done on ingredients like the L-carnitine, like Proxy Plus, Fertile One, where all the claims are based. Listen, some studies were done on the ingredients, so you should try it to, and see if it works for you. So we have actually licensed this product called Undervalued from Q Pharma in Spain, and Undervalued is the only product that is a supplement that has been clinically tested in 5 clinical trials, and they're all published trials and in peer-reviewed journals. So the product has performed extremely well in a statistical manner, and actually increasing the number of sperms in the male over a period of 3 to 6 months, the motility of the sperm, and protecting the sperm from degradation, so there is more sperm going into the eggs to fertilize the eggs. So we were very lucky to be able to license exclusive rights to that product in the US and Canada, and now actually we just launched the product yesterday in the US. That is a big launch for us. There are only 625 IVF clinics in the US. So it is a matter of 2-3 months, and we're covering every clinic in the United States. So that is really nice market for us. In Canada, we were able to license it to our partner Orimed, who they already have filed the product license in Canada. And Canada is going to be an NPN, which means it will have a claim and an indication. And that will be the only product that would have such a claim because of the strong clinical trials. So we expect Canada to be also a big market for us. It's a process that takes 6 months, but we are confident we'll receive probably the approval ahead of the 6 months from Health Canada, as we have been very successful in getting our products approved in Canada. And that will be our 4th product approved, actually, if we receive the approval from Health Canada. So we're very excited about this product. We expect to do millions of dollars of this product if and when we reach all the U.S. market and IVF clinics in the U.S.
And a last question. Can you share with us your plans for uplisting to a higher exchange? As I know you mentioned this a few times during your releases and your investor presentation.
Definitely. I mean, listen, we started this company, 3 years ago. I came on board, as you know, from Applicus Biosciences, took it from 37 cents all the way to $6 a share. So I know those markets very well. the rules and regulations have changed quite a bit for the bulletin board companies. So, and again, as you can see, we are trading at 6 cents a share, at a valuation which is even below, our market cap is below our assets, which is something that's unheard of. We generate revenues. We're going to be cash flow positive soon. So it really doesn't make sense for us to stay on the bulletin, the QB market anymore. So we have already actually started the process to be able to uplist to the New York Stock Exchange or to the NASDAQ. And again, as you know, with filing our 10K at March 31st, we no longer actually will be required to trade at $3 a share, for 30 days out of 6 days. We can just file the application. And if we're trading immediately at $3, we have the right to uplist, having the proper owner's equity in the company. So we've started this process actually already, and we are preparing to really uplist hopefully this year to a higher exchange, and be really out there with the proper coverage, with the proper market makers, and get the proper valuation of the company, and have a proper share price that really actually correlates with what the company is doing, with the assets that we have, with the revenues that we are doing, the strong revenues that we are doing.
And Bassam, that's all the questions I had for today. What else do investors need to know right now about Innovus Pharmaceuticals?
So for the investors, what I always say to the investors, listen, this is a company where in a short period of time, we were able to have an extensive and strong product portfolio, commercial product portfolio. We have been consistently generating revenues for 2 years in a row. We are pushing to exit this year to be cash flow positive with a projected 3 to 5 million in revenues, and turning the corner in 2017 to be profitable. There are very few companies that are on the bulletin board that are traded at where we are trading right now, and have this strong pipeline, the strong assets, the strong revenues that we have. We are really undervalued in terms of what the company have versus what the market share is. So I tell the investors, it is really the right time to invest in Innovus, and to be able to take advantage of the uplift that we're going to see in the share price with the market cap, and take advantage when we uplist to a higher exchange rate. This is a really good investment opportunity. I invested myself close to $2.5 million in the company from all the public filings that went on there, because I've been funding the company extensively. If I believe in this company and invest my own money, I say to the investors, if you see the management putting their money where their mouth is, I encourage every investor to come in to actually invest in the company and really profit from the upcoming potential uplift in the company's market cap and stock price.
Well, Bassam, it is clearly undervalued right now down here at this price range. I mean, looking at the valuation. So, since the last time we spoke, a lot has happened, a lot of good positive things, including acquisitions. And we've been following the story from the beginning. We'll continue to follow it. We anticipate great things for Innovus Pharmaceuticals. Thanks again. It was a pleasure as always. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you, Mike. It's a pleasure to be actually at your show again, and looking forward for another interview time. Thank you very much.
Take care.
Appreciate that. Take care. Bye-bye.
We have been talking to Dr. Bassam Damaj. He's the president and CEO of Innovus Pharmaceuticals. Headquartered in San Diego, Innovus Pharma is an emerging leader in OTC and consumer products for men's and women's health and vitality. They trade on the OTCQB under ticker INNV, and you can learn more about them by visiting the company's website at innovuspharma.com. Thank you for watching CEO Live TV.